going to make cream puffs. I've got a cup of flour. I have 5½ tablespoons of butter. It's just regular salted butter. I have 2½ teaspoons of sugar and a smidgen of salt. And I have 7 ounces of water. I'm going to, add the sugar and salt. And I'm going to add the water. And then I'm going to turn up my burner here. And I'm first going to just keep it on low, and I'm going to stir it around and melt the butter. And then I think the next step is we're going to bring it to a boil. I'm going to, it's boiling. I've got 1 more minute to go. I've decided to let it boil for 2 minutes. Okay, after boiling it for 2 minutes, this is what it looks like. I removed it from that burner and put it over here where there's no heat on, and I'm just stirring it for a second. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the flour. So, take my flour, I'm going to add it, and I'm going to use 2 hands for that so that I can figure out what I'm going to do. Okay, I used almost all the flour, not quite. Out of a whole cup, there's that much left. And currently, this is what my stuff looks like, which is cool. I've stirred it up, and that's what it looks like so far. So I'm excited. I'm going to continue with the process. I'll let you know what I do next. All right, I've got my oven heated to about 390. All right, I've got my paper, my parchment paper on the cookie sheet. So I've got it back on this burner at a low heat, which is about 3, and I'm just stirring and patting it down and just to dry it out a little bit. I'm done. I'm going to put it in a bowl to cool, and I'll stir it around before adding eggs. I put the dough into the mixer and I mixed it just to kind of cool it down, and then I'm going to add the egg, one of them. There's the egg. I'm going to start mixing it. I'm gonna add the next one. Okay, I have the second egg in there. I'm gonna turn it on. It. I'm going to lift this up. I think we're done, because I saw the video that I watched, and he said that if you take it in your fingers and you go like this, said the bottom peak should fall over, and it did. So I think we're good. All right. All right, so I scraped all the sides of the bowl, and this is what I've got here. My second one, spaced it apart. But this is what I'm using. I'm not using the piping system. I'm just using these two and picking a little bit up and making it the right size and then moving it over there. So the oven is heated, and so I'm going to put it in there at 390 and let it bake for 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'll turn it down to 350, and I will open up the door of the oven and let it bake that way for 5 minutes, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, they are getting there. They're a nice color on parts of it, and they need to be that color all around. So I'm baking it. I turn the heat down to a little bit below 350, and I'm going to let it sit here with the door ajar, just a little bit there. That's the only place that it stops. It doesn't stop any closer, so that's good enough for me. And we'll just, I set the timer for 5 more minutes, and we'll go from there. All right, the timer's gonna go off in like 5 seconds. Oh, I just thought I'd mention that I've got this on the middle rack, just the middle rack. So I've taken them out of the oven, and there's 2 left on here. I've moved them over to here, and I'm just gonna flip one over here so you can see the bottom. So the bottom will be, I don't know, just a little bit dark, but not burned. And there's that one. So I think they're good enough. Just needed to get them browned on the top. And there we have it. I'm going to bake the last of the batter in a minute. All right, that's the pan that had those puffs on them. And since it's hot, I don't want to put the batter onto the hot one that I had the parchment paper on, which I took off. So I have a new pan that's cool, nice and cold and ready, with some new parchment paper on it. And I'm going to put the batter on here and then bake the oven back up to about 390, and it's currently ready and preheated. There's the rest of the dough, and I'm going to put it on the pan over there. What I decided to do is just plop the batter down on the pan, and then after I get it all on the pan, then I'll flatten them out and shape them. Okay, I have used all of the batter, and I have put it over here. So there's 4 more for a total of 12 of these yummy things. Okay, so they're baking right now at the 490 for 20 minutes. I'll put some of the pudding on my cream puff. Nummy, nummy, nummy. I already ate the other half, and they are so good. I haven't had cream puff forever, and I love the crunch, the crispiness of the cream puff, and the texture of the pudding together. It's really good. Success, yay!